And my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, was a music teacher from England, and moved to America, and we'll say, at the little country two-room school outside of Oregon City, in Oregon, where my great-grandfather homesteaded on 800 acres. But all music. Music, music, music. And to come from a long line of music, I love music, I grew up around music, was constantly happening, and I grew up my parents made sure that the church where I grew up was filled with music and filled with opportunities for the young people in the congregation to participate musically. So, at my kindergarten graduation was my first performance as the conductor of the rhythm band. I never looked back. And since then I have conducted many wonderful events, including at Seattle's Benaroya Hall with youth philharmonics and choruses that I pulled together from a variety of things. Love pulling people together for music. And the program today is intentional for the love of music. I love music. I can't imagine life without it. So today I'm going to take you on a little journey of the love of music, and the music I love, some of it, the most. Someone asked me where I've performed. I've performed in many places, but primarily as a pipe organist. That's my instrument of choice, because when I was a teenager, and AD triple HD, but wasn't a thing then, but the hyper part was obviously present in my teenage years. And when I saw multiple keyboards and I could play with my feet too, I was like, let me at it. 5 weeks later, after my first organ lesson, I performed my first solo organ recital, and later traveled the world. At 17 was my first European concert tour, 4 weeks long, 19 concerts in 7 countries. At 17, and the world was then open to me. I just had such a great time. I ended up getting my doctorate in England, and then served various institutions as music director and professor in Seattle for 30 years. Then COVID happened. You've heard of it. And it uprooted us. I just couldn't be in Seattle anymore. I had to get out. And came here, ultimately, to Los Angeles 7 months ago. And my love, Brad, is here with me today. We have settled in Los Angeles because he's really an Angelino by birth. And he said, we have to go back. And I said, well, let me go check it out. We checked it out, and here we are, 7 months later, absolutely loving it. And the many wonderful opportunities to share music. The father of every organist is, someone said it, yes, Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. So I must start the program with Johann Sebastian Bach, but not just any Bach pieces. Now, I also want to I'm going to let you into my head a little bit, which, as I realize, I apologize ahead of time, it's a scary place. But Bach played the organ and the harpsichord, and I love Bach music, and I usually play on the organ and the harpsichord, which is a much smaller keyboard for all those notes. The piano, a little more challenging because of that. But I'm going to show you 3 varying degrees of Bach, from the very simple, very familiar, to absolutely gorgeous French, the Sarabande from his French suite. You will understand, those of you who are musical, and I'm almost done talking. I know some of you are getting antsy already because I'm a professor and I can't help it. I have so much to say about everything I'm going to play. So I'm going to, here it goes. And the Sarabande is from a French suite, which for you music geniuses, it's not really a French suite. You would argue that it's an Italian suite because it's so melodic and lyrical, like someone's singing, like a bird is singing. So that's the Sarabande. And then the invention, just to take me through the paces, and show you that I have the technique to do what should be done on a harpsichord on the piano. So here we go, 3 Bach pieces. Just a brief word about these next two. I'm glad I got the Bach out of the way on the piano. That's very good. It's kind of a self-test. It's very fun to do all those things. The ornamentations are very fun. Delightful, yes? The next piece, two pieces that I'll play together, the MacDowell and the Scriabin. MacDowell, at his time, was considered the finest composer in America, in the late 1800s. He lived a very short life, only about 47 years. But he lived a wonderful life, performing. His mother took him from New York, where he was born. At a young age, at age 17, he was accepted into the Paris Conservatory. He became a great musician there, went back to New York, and was offered by the president of Columbia University the opportunity to begin a music program at Columbia University. And he was the first music professor at Columbia. He lived a spectacular life and had a great deal of business success also because of his wife, and died with a net worth in 1907, a net worth of $48 million. Yes, just like all of us musicians. And then Scriabin, I'm crazy about this piece by Scriabin. It shows his spectacular innovation as a composer. It was said about Scriabin that you either love him and his music that he created, unlike anyone before him, or you loathed him. And the rooms were usually divided about down the middle. So Scriabin did something. He saw music as color, and he actually innovated. If any of you know anything about music theory, you know there's a circle of fifths that creates and establishes the structure, explains the structure of music. And he put color to each of the pieces of the circle of fifths. He was also, late in his life, Picasso was becoming known. And you know how Picasso would take one line and see his dove of peace, uninterrupted line, singular line, that when we look at it, we see all kinds of dimension that's suggested by a simple line. Scriabin did the same thing with his music, and I love it. It's about minimal music, maximum effect. But first, the wealthy musician, MacDowell. I'll see what colors you hear. Now, Beethoven.
He's wonderful.
Need I say any more about Beethoven?
No.
Now, to choose music that people know well is both fun and loving and dangerous.
Yes.
Because you all know it. How many people here have played Moonlight Sonata, the first movement? See? Oh, I'm in trouble. How many people have played Furelise?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, well, you're going to hear them today. My challenge, did you see how many people have played these? Most of them have. It's magnificent. Sort of. So, my challenge is to help each of us, myself included, experience it in ways we've never experienced it before, in some little way, some little nuance, some little intention. Will you hear it differently? The Moonlight Sonata, of course, was not called Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. It's just one of his sonatas, number 14, right? Later, after Beethoven died, someone, a publisher, decided to call it Moonlight Sonata for marketing purposes. Beethoven, on the other hand, this first movement of the Moonlight Sonata, he learned to loathe it himself. Do you know why? Well, Beethoven, if you know much about Beethoven, you know he was generally kind of a curmudgeon. He was generally yelling at people and unhappy and kicking musicians out of his studio because they couldn't play the music right, and all that sort of thing. He was very dramatic, hence his introduction to the Romantic era, right? He's a romantic. But he hated the fact that his Moonlight Sonata first movement, which was one of the simplest pieces he ever wrote, got so much attention. He would say, it's so irritating. I wrote so much better music than that, and everyone loves that. Here we are, Moonlight Sonata. Okay, I'm deciding what not to tell you about this next piece. This is one of my favorites because it's filled with some of the greatest challenges for my little, I call them teenage girl hands. Rachmaninoff, as many of you know, had monster hands. Huge. People would say if they sat in the balcony and could look down on the keyboard, he would lift his hands up on the keyboard and the keyboard would go away. It's all under his hands. And you'll see me struggling to get chords that are twice the size of my hand done. But it's fun, when I get it right, especially. This piece is filled with what Rachmaninoff does best. Long, agonizingly beautiful melodic line. It stretches on, and it's just full of angst and beauty and unresolved gorgeousness. Leaves you hanging for as long as possible. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, this particular piece is less played than his other pieces, but I think it's one of the most beautiful because he takes a very simple long melody, he states it very simply at the beginning, you'll hear it, and then the challenge is for me to make sure you hear it as it gets woven in between many other things. First, it's on top, like you would expect. Second iteration, it's in the middle with a new melody on top. So now I played it with up here, now I'm playing it with my thumb and first fingers while another melody is played up here. Then he goes through this big emotional explosion that's loads of fun to play, and then comes down with the original melody in octaves with a new melody on the offbeat an octave higher. And the accompaniment is never down here, it's always here. Going back and forth underneath the melody and over the top and around, as Rachmaninoff can do. Rachmaninoff, if you ask AI, Rachmaninoff is still considered the finest pianist ever.
Oh, wow. Good.
Now, there's debate about it, but who wants to debate AI? Here we go, Rachmaninoff. And this is the only one I'll do completely by memory, just to challenge my brain. My students demand that I challenge myself as much as I challenge them. And so I just went on Medicare. How many here are on Medicare? I just went on Medicare, and so if I have a mental bloop, you'll understand.
Oh,
And now, on the other side of the mountain, we will just enjoy some Debussy. Debussy is such a lovely, lovely composer, painting us beautiful, impressionistic pieces of art through sound. His first arabesque, and I'm sure the same people who raised their hands for Fur-Elise and Moonlight Sonata would raise their hands for Clair de Lune. A fabulous way to end. If I don't get the last note, somebody run up and do it for me.
Bravo.
I'm feeling a little tired. Does anyone want to do the left hand? No. I'll give it a go.
For the love of music.
Yes.
Loved it. Thank you for sharing this time with me today.
Thank you for coming.
It was wonderful. Wonderful. Whoa, you're so...
It's a lot. It's a lot of beauty.